Today we're going to be going over the Stihl BGA 86 compared to the Stihl BGA 250. So some instant key differences I notice is how they're held. So with the 86 here, you can see when you're holding it, it holds straight out. This, I find, puts a lot of strain on your wrist long term because you're constantly pointing it down to get that proper angle. But on the BGA 250 here, with the battery in, it's way properly balanced. It has a natural curvature in the tube, so you hold it straight up and down and you're getting that perfect blow angle. There's no strain on your wrist, and by having that angle in there and by having a good hold on it, there's actually less kickback, I find, than the BGA 86, despite being way more powerful. So with the BGA 86, it's super simple. It is a variable speed, but you do have to push down. There's like a safety lock to hold it in place. That's it, and pull. And you can see there, it does have a variable speed, but that's about the extent of that. With the BGA 250, there's many settings on here. So there's no lock that you have to pull or push to get it started. You simply just pull the trigger. On here you have 3 different levels, so you still have a variable speed on each setting, but then you also have lower ones. There's also a cruise control on here that you can use. So if you pull that, set the cruise control, and you don't have to have your finger on the throttle. Another awesome thing with the BGA 250 is this really does drain the battery, I found, fast, but there is like a turbo mode or a boost mode. And so if you're watching the throttle here, and I'm only about 3/4 of the way there, but there is a little bit you can do farther, and that engages the turbo. So and so you can hear the differences there where you pull it all the way up, and that just engages that extra little push. I have found doing that though, that really drains the battery life quite fast, whereas if you're just using it in number 3, I find 1-2 batteries, if you're just doing sidewalks, quick driveway blowout, or a little garden, you should be good for the day. If you are using that turbo to try and do like a bigger leaf cleanup, it doesn't work super great. So let's give them a try, 1v1. We're gonna blow out this driveway to the end. We're gonna do half of it with the BGA 86 and half of it with the Stihl BGA 250. That's about halfway. Not too bad for a little handheld blower. Despite the Stihl BGA 250 being a little bit bigger, or actually quite a bit bigger, I do find it's actually a little bit quieter than the Stihl BGA 86. So as you can see, the Stihl BGA 250 is significantly more powerful than the BGA 86. With that turbo, you can really move leaves fast and efficiently. Another key feature is that the BGA 250 versus the BGA 86 is that the BGA 250, you can run the battery until it's dead. There's no power difference that you'll find. The machine will simply just like quit working once the battery is dead. Whereas the BGA 86, when the battery gets low, it'll reduce the power, and I find at that point you have to switch out the battery anyways, even though you haven't drained the entire battery, just so you have enough blowing power. So now the final question, which one would I recommend? If you're looking at the BGA 86, it's great for a residential use, dusting off sidewalks. Neither of them I'd say are great for doing a big leaf cleanup, they just don't have the power for that. For the extra $50 though, I definitely recommend the BGA 250. You won't regret getting this one. This one you might find yourself, it's still a little bit underpowered, especially when you're spending the money. to get a more professional grade blower for like residential use or commercial use as we use it for dusting off sidewalks, doing driveways, blowing out the garden. For the extra $50, I think you get a great bang for your buck with the Stihl BGA 250 compared to the Stihl BGA 86. And there you have it.